This was the day I received my InMotion V10. But first, let me tell you the story behind it. So in 2018, I bought this. The Segway Mini Pro. With 12.5 miles per hour speed, 16 miles range, it was fun, environmentally friendly, and all I needed. Until I heard this. That was the sound of max speed reached. So I began to research and saw something which blew my mind. Which led to this. Okay, it's finally here. InMotion's V10, which was still eco-friendly, but had 43 miles range and a max speed of 25 miles per hour. That was all the info I needed. Wow, it's so big. And heavy. Oh. Mom, what do you think? Wow! Can you show me how you ride it? Now I have this extremely effective, environmentally friendly vehicle, but I had no idea how to ride it. And I just thought, I need to get my money back. And that's the reason why I named this 2 reasons why electric unicycles may never go mainstream. So here's reason number 1.
Be careful.
Riding an electric unicycle has got a lot of learning curves. Some of those are in your mind and some of those are actually physical. So foot placement, if you jump too far back or too far forward on it, or one foot's here and one foot's there on the foot plates, then you're going to be all over the place when you first start learning. So foot placement is absolutely vital. So with a skateboard, for example, and not a motorized skateboard, you stand on it and it can just flick out from underneath you and you can end up on your bottom. Whereas with these, you can't do that because they won't suddenly spin out. They're not freewheeling. They're always driven by a direct drive from the motor. And that takes a lot for people to get over sometimes as well. But the fact it's trying to actually keep you upright and stable. So from that point of view, it's just all you got to remember. But it can be a stumbling block.
This leads on to point number 2, which, as odd as it may seem, is actually a stumbling block for electric unicycles. Let me explain. Our world is full of problems and solutions. Cold food? Simple problem. Simple solution. Rainy day? Solution. Climbing CO2, natural disasters, rising pollution, more pollution, exhaust fumes, crowded commute, and unpredictable weather. Difficult environmental problems. Enter one small step of a solution. But it seems like products that are specifically marketed as eco-friendly seem to struggle in order to build mainstream momentum. So I rode to meet with Hasina Connell. With a background in marketing, she was the perfect person to discuss this topic further. Hasina Connell currently works with the team to produce and host global marketing summits surrounding big data and AI, with projects in Australia and Singapore on the horizon. Well, Hasina, thanks for meeting me. Let's get straight into it. One of the things that I found really interesting is that products that are specifically marketed as eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, they seem to struggle a little in the marketplace. So an example of this is I was looking at the San Diego research paper. And I think this was like August last year, they put it out, and they noticed that mainstream brands that specifically used visual cues to indicate that a product was environmentally friendly, the response was actually quite averse, in that consumers were a little less interested or a little more skeptical of the value. Why is it that environmentally friendly products seem to go, struggle to go mainstream?
Necessarily always the product or the company. Sometimes it is consumer response. So consumers can tend to associate environmental products with being like of less quality, less aesthetically pleasing. It's sometimes more expensive, and obviously people are more in touch with what they already know, like the products that they're already familiar with. So I looked into a very recent study where 65% of consumers did say that, if they had the opportunity to buy a more environmentally friendly product, they would go for it. But then afterwards, only 26% of people actually acted on it. So going back to my main point, I don't think it's necessarily the product or the company as such. It's more, when will consumers actually act on their promise or what they actually set out to do in terms of purchasing those products.
Right. I was looking at Electric Unicycles and their marketing strategy and how they present themselves. And just looking at a car manufacturer to draw a bit of parallels between the two, it seems like Tesla is now the talk of the town. Everyone wants to know about Tesla. Everyone wants to have a Tesla. Everyone's interested in Elon Musk. And one of the things I noticed, the Tesla website, is they never used words like environmentally friendly or eco-friendly. And even looking at their color palette, it didn't represent that at all. And I kind of wondered, why is it, from a marketing perspective, why have they veered away from using the words environmentally friendly, for example?
The reason that Tesla doesn't use words such as environmentally friendly and eco-friendly on their website and within their colour palette is, first of all, you have to look at the market appeal of Tesla. They're a leader in the luxury car market, they're a pioneer in the electric car market, and as you said, companies like Tesla are so important for the future of sustainable transport and energy generation. So in that, Tesla has to remain on brand, but also within being a luxury car manufacturer. Rather than using words like environmentally friendly and eco-friendly, where consumers might have negative associations with those words, for example, being of lower quality, less aesthetically pleasing, and more expensive, Tesla actually uses words such as power and performance and super in conjunction with words such as energy and efficient, to kind of pair the fact that they are an innovative, leading and high quality brand, but also most importantly beneficial for the environment, without being so in your face with those words, so that consumers don't have those associations and they can still remain competitive as a luxury, high quality car manufacturer. Electric unicycle, electric bike, electric hoverboard, electric scooter. Lush Cosmetics, ASOS Responsibility Edit, Patagonia, like their clothes, their brands, and Tom shoes. FMCG brands like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, P&G are struggling to compete. Electric scooter.
What?
Because it looks too difficult and that'll be a learning curve. I need to learn how to ride it, ride a unicycle.
Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much. So of course you've realised by now, EUCs do have a learning curve, and environmentally friendly products do struggle to go mainstream for a myriad of reasons. But Of the 45 million drivers in the UK, it isn't far-fetched to say that at least a third of them could get to grips with an EUC or another form of personal electric transportation. And I think maybe EUCs would do better if marketed as exclusive. I can imagine the headlines, the transportation accessible to select few, similar to Tesla and Bentley and everything else the masses see as important. And as far as psychology goes, exclusivity fuels desire. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to tilt back on the like button, join the ride and subscribe. And remember, you only live once, so enjoy the journey. Be sure to check out Speedyfeet, the #1 place to buy EUCs in Britain. If you like the VHS transitions that I used, click the link in the description and you can download a copy for free.